Please stay put as we give it up for Mr. Hengki Cahyadi.
Thank you. Being the last speaker, I think I have a lot of benefits, yeah, and I think just enjoy and relax. The slide is quite a lot. It's about 60 slides in 18 minutes, so I have to finish 1 minute with 3 slides. Yeah. So because this is the last session, so the engine has been hot enough to go ahead, right? Okay. The presentation or the sharing that I would like to have is what is called to complete, not to compete. Okay, who doesn't know about competition? Hang on. Yeah, okay. Competition is a word that is very familiar to all of us, right? It happens everywhere, at home, at school, at community, or even it goes beyond. Competition goes among companies, among cities, among countries, or even among continents. Each one of them will be very proud of what they have achieved. And this leads to what is called competition. At home, where it is supposed to be a place of compassion, right? Actually, from the survey, we learned that 80% of the people learn the competition from the home or school. So those are the places they learn about competition. They don't learn the competition in the marketplace, outside, but actually inside the home, right? You still remember when we are still kids, who can finish the dinner faster? Then I will bring the reward, something like that. So that is where the first point of contact, where the people or all of us learn about competition, right? At school, when we learn about identity, about discovery, we are introduced in a system is called competition. The best students are awarded for that. At community, when we are supposed to be in unity to solve social issues, we are given a lot of contests and idols to find the best among the best. The very basic question, why do we have to compete? Is that the only way, or is it a destiny based on the principle of the survival of the fittest? Yeah. Or is there any other choice that we can make that human beings can enjoy the uniqueness and synergy in this world? Who are our real enemies? Our real enemies is not people. Our enemies is not companies, between companies, but our real enemies actually disease, illiteracy, isolation, emotional bondage, poverty, and most of all, the spiritual blindness. So why am I here? I would like to share one idea that 9 years later bring me to this stage at the TEDx, right? So this idea actually coming from 3 experiences that I would like to put in the chronological order. In 2001, yeah, when I got into the company where I worked at that time, I was given a choice by my direct supervisor, who is in an expatriate. He said that because of my achievements, he said that he would like to promote me to be the candidate for the CEO. Then I said, I'm not interested. And he did not believe, of course. So he make a way how I can meet the owner of the company. So to cut the story short, the owner of the company said, why don't you try to go to the operation, which lead to become one of the CEO later on. I said, no, thank you. I said, if you ask me to be the candidate to go to the operation, I think you will lose a lot from me. Then he is questioning me, why? He said, because when I could become one of the CEO, I could not help the other CEOs. We have about 4 or 5 CEOs at that time. So he said, so what do you want? I said, I would like to be a business coach. At that time, the term coach is not as often as we find today, right? So that is the time that I first experienced in year 2001. But then 4 years later, I give a title to my experience. It's called Be the Number 2 for the Number 1. That is the year 2005. Hang on. Yeah. Year 2005. 6 years later, when we get the Make Award, right? The experience that we have were interviewed by a journalist, and it was put in the Fortune magazine. So this is the time that I think, wow, there is an alternative, yeah, to the competition. We don't have to be always the best. That is not our calling. So that is the first time I have the thought. In year 2007, while I was driving, yeah, out town to my home, there is like not a thunder, not a lightning, but this is like a small thought in my mind. It's called competition is evil. I was so surprised. Why? Because I myself was a very competitive person at that time. If other can do something, then I have to do it better. That's what I was brought up. That was I was trained during school life and at home. But these wordings make me wonder, why? Where does it come from? So that is the second experience. The third experience, during 2011, I was working in a company in Sinar Mas, yeah, for 16 years. And I worked for the last 5 years to have a called CSR project. Yeah. For 13 years, I worked inside how to translate vision, mission, strategic management, human resource, and so on. But in 2011, I start doing the CSR project for one of the company. It was about 150 events up to today, yeah, until 2016. It was about more than 2,000 audience like this, yeah, maybe 100 or 150. And I speak in front of the university students, yeah, or school, yeah, high school, or teachers, government, private sector, commercial and non-commercial company. What is the result? I give 4 simple questions. These four simple questions actually is a simplification of what I have been through for the last 5 years. Always in this kind of setting, I ask 4 simple questions. The first question, who would like to be the best? Who do you think, how much do you think raised their hands? Everybody raised their hands. The second question, this is because I speak all in Indonesian settings, so I said I asked the second questions. Who knows better about us? We as human beings, or the creator that whom we believe is called God? Of course, yeah, being religious community, the second answer they raise. The third question, in your belief, in your opinion, what God expects us to do? Does God expect us to be the best or to do the best? So what is the answer? Most of them smiling. Knowing something, realizing something that is missing. And the last questions. After you know that the God whom you believe expects us to do the best, who is in this room who still would like to be the best? 95% did not raise their hands. And to me, this is amazing. This is spectacular. Why? Because the people that whom I talk is not only children. It's about 40 years old and also for the university students. So this amazed me. This is the third time I'm thinking, and the CPU is still thinking. The result, 95% switch their opinion from be the best to do the best. I'm not talking about 95% in the beginning choose do the best. I'm talking about the first, or most of the audience choose to be the best, and then 95% the audience later on switch to do the best. Wow, this is a very, very fascinating. And that is the story, how the story begins, right? Okay, now, I do a little research, yeah, in the internet or in the readings. There are 2 points in the Indonesian history that is very related to what I'm talking about. The first one is 1908, the first Indonesian youth movement, right? The first Indonesian movement where they are proud of being the local from a major island. They get together, they live their pride, and they put the unity for the national interest. The second one is called 1945, Gotong Royong. Let's have a look. This is the first Indonesian youth movement. Yeah, they fight against the colonialism, move from competition to synergy to unity for Indonesia. And this is 1st of June, the birth of Pancasila. Yeah, this is our first president. He said, alangkah hebatnya negara gotong royong. Or in other words, what a grateful, helpful, synergy country. So to me, this is enough. I don't have to convince everybody based on my academics, based on my experience. What I have done, actually, this is what I experienced, yeah, from the 2005, 2005, this is 2007, and this is 2011. And I also learned from the history. That's why that is the first time I summarize what I discover into one short sentence. It's called to complete, not to compete. Now, this is then the challenge. How to make it practical? Because when I talk this to commercial people, he said, what are you talking about? I am this kind of success because of the competition, right? So I have a homework here after 13 years of work. Knowledge and understanding is not enough. Knowing to complete, not to compete is great. But what is the practical? What is the example? So that is what I'm looking for the last 5 years. Knowledge and understanding is not enough. But what we have to do is how to strengthen our decision and action every day, right? So from the previous speakers, we can see what is inspiring is not the knowledge that you have. What is inspiring is the action and result that you have during your lifetime. So, but I cannot say, oh, I find this, then I send somebody else to prove it. I have to be available for myself, how this to complete and to compete, I can also walk through that philosophy. So this is the decision that I made, yeah, 11th of August 2012, to be the reviver for Indonesia, right? And from myself, go to my family, yeah, my family and my relatives, and that is the time where we learn the difference, yeah, among siblings, yeah, using the MBTI assessment or DISC assessment. Then we know better how to become the synergy in the family, right? Now, this is where I practice at home, but then we have to go to school and community. That is our focus. So luckily, yeah, as I said, in 2001 and up to 2014, 28th of October, exactly on the Hari Sumpah Pemuda, yeah, 3 years we do the program called Hidup Semakin Cerdas, yeah, Hidup Semakin Cerdas, and we meet with one community in Tangerang Selatan. There are about 55 location. It's called Mini Public Library. It's organized by the volunteer, the housewife, right? And it's open for the public. This is what I have in mind, right? So this is the community that I now try to revive, to socialize the principle of to complete, not to compete. Yeah. What content do we share? What we share is called fire. Yeah, it's like fire. Yeah, fire means fresh insight to revive everyone. There are 4 things that I share with them. The first is what is called the self-discovery. Yeah, you don't have to be somebody else. Yeah, you just find yourself. That is the essence of the to complete, not to compete. The second one is the spirit of to complete. The third one is character, helpful, and initiative. If you know the current curriculum talk about character a lot, but too much, then we cannot apply. So this is the two character that we develop. Yeah, then is very impactful. And the last one is technology or internet for daily life. What is the decision action that we expect? We would like to generate what is called social entrepreneur. Social entrepreneur means we solve the social issues into solution. So that is how we go to the school. So this is the how we put sharing in the university, at school, yeah, at school here, government, yeah, public health center or puskesmas, yeah, and the community, yeah. You can see here, yeah, the community very eager to learn, yeah. What I would like to share here is the effective way to influence people is not through ideas. The effective way to influence people is to show the early results. Yeah. So this is the early result that we have at that time. First, we run a program called Social Entrepreneur. Yeah. So it's like a horse. We are not supposed to be proud of what we make, but we don't make impact. So like a horse, yeah, we just serve what we need to be done. It was launched by the mayor of Tangsel, yeah, this kepala dinas pendidikan di sini, yeah, and he said this is very good, he said. This is very character based, yeah. The second one is we make what is called the online library, yeah. You know, as I said, there are 55 locations in the Tangerang Selatan. It's called the TBM, Taman Bacaan Masyarakat. And we make an online library based on their requests. So what is the connection between online library and to complete, not to compete here? The relationship is they don't have to compete how many books they have, yeah, and they become proud of what they have. But they share together the information, what book title they have available, and they can share with others. So this is one of the way how technology break the culture of competition. The second one, we built what is called helpful community in Tangerang Selatan. That is the third impact. So we talk with the mayor. This is Bu Irene. Yeah, this is talk with the mayor not because of the ideas that we have, but the early result that we have. So you don't come to your supervisor based on ideas, but show the result. So that is one of the lessons. We multiply the awareness through radio, right? About 8 months, and who knows? 3 years later, yeah, when I do this kind of project with the team, 3 years later, we are awarded what is called the MDG Award, and that is the first time I meet the Vice President of Indonesia, Pak Budiono. For 13 years, I never imagined that I will just be there inside the company and do the routine works. So this is one of the inspiration. This is one of my favorite place. Yeah, it goes not only in the cities, but goes to rural areas. So blessing the rural area to inspire the nations. Yeah. Now after that, then we come to the mayor. I was invited in the weekly meeting of the government in Tangerang Selatan, and I never imagined before that could happen like that. One of the things that we make in Tangerang Selatan, we also make an acronym called See More. based on the logo that they have, cerdas, modern, religious. Yeah, CMOR. If we connect to the library that they have, how the library to make people smarter and wider perspective. That's called CMOR. Yeah, and they like it. And Tangerang Selatan become the first helpful smart city in Indonesia. While many cities, other cities talking about technology, we're talking about the helpful. So what is the reason we have high tech but low service quality of the people, right? Today, yeah, CMOR is used in the car, yeah, in the library, in the Tangsel. So this is one of the result. Now, after we influence the city, then the door was open, yeah, to go wider, to go to Indonesia through what is called the Forum Komunikasi Pusat Kegiatan Belajar Masyarakat. This is non-formal education. There are about 10,000 units of this PKBM across Indonesian island in 34 provinces. And when we share about the fire, they like very much. Yeah, the value, the character that we are talking about. So after we meet with them, yeah, we actually go to the next stage, what is called the sharing. So we have the opportunity how to share the fire works to Rotary International. Rotary International, there are about 200 countries, yeah, and 1.2 million members. So we have the opportunity to share with them. Not only that, yeah, but go to the next stage. After we execute, we get the achievement, but we don't forget to inherit. What is the value important to that? So this is one of the projects that my daughter doing, yeah. So my daughter also was quite competitive. She is somewhere here, yeah. But I share with them, I share with her, not the competition, not about the value of competition, but about how we complete each other. So that's make us human, right? And this is the project, and this is what she found, right? I like the first one. I would read it out. Competition brings out the best in products, and the worst in men. So that is very, very inspiring. Yeah. 3 important lessons. Yeah. The first one: start small, think big, act now. Yeah. If you can see here, this is starting from the community to the city to the country. And with TEDx today, I never imagined that I can stand here now. Yeah. This the sharing goes to the continents. So if I can summarize the steps, yeah, maybe the story is a lot, but I would like to help you to summarize. The first one, where there are issues about competitions, yeah. Ideas, then I have ideas. What is the ideas? The idea to complete and not to complete. The implementation, we make the social entrepreneurship program and online TBM. And because of that, we get the recognition. But then, we don't only stay there, yeah. A successful climber, mountain climber, is not the one who can climb the mountain, the top of the mountain, and die over on the top. But they have to come back to the base camp. What is the base camp? The base camp is called education. So that is why I leave the company and focus my life now to the youth development, because that is the energy that Indonesia has. And until 2030, when the demographic plus, yeah, of what Indonesian population, that is very amazing. I can imagine right now, Faye, with her age, can share something great here. I can imagine 10 years, 20 years from now, you become somebody really, really important. Give the applause to her. We don't forget to inherit. What are the values that we are fighting? Yeah, and then the later is the inspire or the sharing phase here. So every step here is like a mountain here, and the success journey where all the people looking for actually want to go to the top, but actually a lot of inspiration comes from the bottom, from where when you share. This is called significance. The second lesson, to be successful and significant, you do not have to compete. So I have now the story, yeah, the real story about this. So hopefully this will inspire you. Remember always that competition is never great. So let's do great work with grace. It's called gotong royong adalah cara elegan. Yeah. What next? So I have experienced the success, I have experienced the significance. What next for me? So this is, I inspire with the poet of Robert Frost here. Yeah. Two roads diverged in the wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. So whether I have to still continue my career in the corporate life, or I stop and I socialize, I focus on how to bring the to complete, not to compete spirit to the youth, to the education. And I choose the the one less traveled. Sorry. This is my big decision, yeah, 20th of May, exactly on the revival day. I do not choose the date, yeah. And this is the next big dream, the brain fire, yeah, as introduced by the MC. One day after my decision, we celebrate, it's called farewell, not farewell, yeah, farewell, yeah, because we believe this will go spread all over Indonesia one day. And the 1st of June, exactly 70 years, yeah, after the birth of Pancasila, we make a declaration, yeah. This is the people that left, about 11 people here. After I had about 63 people in the division, and then we sent the people all across the business units. Yeah. We have two things here that I would like to share. The first one, yeah, this one, begin to fly. What is included in the declaration? Basically, in the declaration, we say why, how, and what factor to achieve the 4 Indonesia revival everywhere. So the fire from fresh insight to revive everyone now become transformed to 4 Indonesia revival everywhere. That will awaken Indonesian leadership to inspire the world with two things, yeah, helpful synergy and unity in diversity. So Indonesia has a great raw material that we have to sell in the world stage. Yeah, it's called the helpful synergy. How? So this is how how we practice the synergy. Yeah, we inspired by the soccer. Yeah, who doesn't know about soccer? Everybody knows. So I use this as a tool to explain about the concept of synergy. What we synergize the character and the competency to solve the social issues. Yeah, it's not about who is the best, but can we solve the problem? So that is the real issues. So this is the application of the soccer. Yeah, it's called Soccer Minar. This is maybe the first time you heard about Soccer Minar. It's not seminar, it's Soccer Minar, where everybody can interact each other with that technology. We use WhatsApp or other tools. Very simple, but very, very inspiring. So this is the first Soccer Minar in community. Just now in the company, the corporate. This is the community, yeah, and this is in the student. We don't let them compete. We let them to unite to have something better ideas. So this is what we do in the school. There is no competition, there is no contest. This is the first Soccer Minar for teachers. Yeah, it's about 500 teachers in Solo, just about December. Yeah, and this is the year 2016 and beyond. Yeah, we also translate to complete, not to compete, into service excellence. The term that the corporate know better, yeah, rather than to use the terminology, different terminology. Now we make it compatible. We make it compatible. So challenge for Indonesian youth. So this is the most important slide, I think, of all. Be excited for the second movement and bring the success story not because of the competition. Bring the success story because of the helpful synergy culture. That Indonesia has the roots in our history. So thank you for listening. Always remember to complete, not to compete. Thank you.